What is going on, YouTube? You are back with the Prez Monday, start of a new week. Even though my week started yesterday, new week of training I'm going to bring you. I don't ever really film my Sunday leg day in the gym, but let me just reiterate my current split, which I started last week for the first time in a while. Sunday leg day, Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday rest, Thursday lower, Friday upper. Last video drop was Friday's upper body routine. It was 10 total sets, 5 sets of the handstand to front lever work, and then 5 sets of 10 pulls, 1 muscle up, 20 dips for 50, 100, plus the 5 muscles at the end of the nice little burnout bar complex. So, like I said, yesterday was legs. In the gym, all machine work. Legs are actually pretty lit today. Monday push. Last week, Monday we were in the park. I was doing weighted dips with the 60, started real light. The RP was like no more than a 7 really, maybe hit 8 on set 3. So we're going to go up to 70 pounds today. 3 sets of 8. Again, keeping the RPE at an 8, not going too close to failure on these. Not too long of a break too, 3-minute max, 70 pounds. First set, let's get it. Perfect. First set, probably like an RPE 7. And like I said, each set, naturally a little bit of fatigue will kick in. It'll get a little bit harder. 2 more to go. And I'm keeping the weighted dips in the routine, guys, just because they're the easiest form of progression to overload, right? Meaning weighted dips, I did 60 last week, I do 70 this week, next week 75. And as I'm trying to gain a little more size and strength over this fall and winter, the weighted dips are an easy way to track progressive overload. All right, guys, third set, 3-minute breaks between these sets right here. Nice smooth 8. The RPE was definitely an 8 on the second set. I slowed it down a little bit also compared to the first set, and also every rep I'm trying to lock out. I'm not just trying to bang them out, even though I'm not pausing. With the 60 last week, I was going nice and slow, really pausing and locking out on the top. Here, I'm just making sure I'm locking out, getting that connection, and then getting right back into the rep. Perfect, guys. And remember, like I said, keeping the RPEs at around 8, not really pushing that 9 and 10, or RIR, keeping it RIR as more than at least 2 or more in the tank. It avoids you hitting that super intense struggle at the end of the set, which really causes the fatigue on the nervous system. Too much struggle, too often in routine, that's what causes burnout. That's what causes your body to overtrain, and also causes plateaus, right? You want to make smooth progress in jumps and weight as best as you can without too much effort. That's why I always said start lighter than you expected to start, and then you'll constantly make progress. Because if you start too heavy, you're going to burn out too quick, and the intensity is going to be too high too soon in the program. Let's go. All right, guys, 3 sets, dips done. Remember, push work, chest, shoulders, and triceps. Now, as I keep doing the weighted dips, the handstand work is going to become less and less on the main push day. And more handstand work will get done on the upper body day later down the week, right? Because still daily, what I'm doing this entire month, remember I was training front levers the entire month of October. Now that it's November, I'm back to training handstands every single day. But all I'm doing is as soon as I wake up in the morning, every morning, I'm just going 1 set max reps back to the wall. So I'm going to be getting a lot of shoulder pressing work in regardless, right? So the minimal on the push day, there's going to be minimal vertical pressing just because I'm going to be focusing on more weighted dips, right? So in the weighted dips, I always consider them more of a vertical press as well for the chest. So now we're going to get horizontal chest work in also. I was doing decline reps last week. We're going to stay at decline reps here. We're going to keep the volume high on these. 25s. It was 20s last week, and I'll do these until I get all 3 sets for 30 clean. So about 2.5 minute break max in between these sets. Let's go. Let's go. Second set. 2 minute strict break right there. Ah, 25 again. Tough set, but a great short, guys. Putting a lot of lactic acid into the chest. The volume is high. Especially for the weighted dips, you're gonna really be fatiguing the fibers in the chest here. Let's go, guys. Third set. And remember this, guys. The weighted dips, I'm keeping in the program. I'm never gonna be going over 8 reps, right? So I'm gonna be staying in that 6 to 8 rep range, which is the lower end of hypertrophy, and you're still getting strength building benefits on it, right? So then when I'm going into these body weight exercises, that's why the volume can be much higher. And these sets, I could even keep the RPEs slightly higher or more intense if I want to, right? Because these aren't gonna cause as much systemic fatigue on the body, right? We're not loading, it's just our body weight, we live in our body weight, right? So you could take this volume higher, keep these reps a little bit more intense, a little closer to failure as we get later on in the set. All right, guys, 3 sets of 25. On the decline, remember, like I said in the previous videos, regardless if you're doing full body, push day, chest day, back day, leg day, the movements that you choose to do first and second are going to take most of your energy resources up, right? You want to perform them with as much intent and as good form as possible to really get that muscle stimulus as effective as possible, because as the routine goes on, you're naturally going to get more fatigue. For instance, if it was a full body day, right? Full body. And you start with like shoulder press, an overhead press. Then your second exercise is a weighted pull. Even though it was 2 different muscle groups, and then let's say you're going to do a weighted dip. The intensity that you need to bring in order to create a sufficient stimulus from just doing 1 set of shoulder press, 1 set of weighted pulls, or 1 exercise, for that matter, of shoulder press, 1 exercise for weighted pulls, and then moving on to weighted dips. Even if you're hitting 3 sets of each, by the time you get to the weighted dips, your nervous system is going to be tired from the weighted pulls and overhead pressing. Same thing. Weighted dips, these 3 sets of 25, they're going to be the biggest stimulus for my chest now. Everything else after this is more fluff work for the chest, shoulders, and triceps. And these declines, remember guys, the declines are going to hit a ton of the upper chest. So people think that dips hit more lower chest. Every pressing variation, whether you're flat bench, incline, decline, they hit the entire chest regardless. Granted, they may target more fibers in an area of the chest. So when you decline like this, which would be similar to doing incline bench press, so feet up push-ups is the same as incline bench, right? Training more of the upper chest, but still get full chest activation. Decline bench press, feet up, laying down, would be the same as feet on the floor, hands higher, right? Ankles change invertedly for bench pressing and push-ups, right? So to hit the upper chest for push-ups, the feet are higher, hands are lower. To hit the upper chest for bench press, hands are higher, feet are lower. So there's an inverse relationship. So lower dips, weight dips may target a little more lower chest. Decline push, a lot more of the upper chest. And now we're going to finish off with a nice fly that's going to hit nice, neutral, full chest activation. Let's go. All right, guys. Third exercise, again, this is mostly going to target chest again, but shoulders are going to be active, tries aren't going to be active as much in this, because we're not getting any elbow flexion or extension in this movement, right? This is going to be a straight arm isolation exercise. We're going to be going ring flies. I did these last week as well. Now I'm going to be doing iso holds on the fly, right? So I'm going to be dropping down as deep as I can. The benefit of the flies on the rings is you're going to be training the chest in a big loaded stretch, right? So that eccentric loading on a ring fly causes all the muscle damage, causes all the stimulus. As you come up on the rings, once you get to about here, just like dumbbell flies, right? If you're laying on the bench and you're doing dumbbell flies, the main benefit of the fly is in this range of motion, right? Once you come here, there's not much engagement, not much tension on the chest, right? So when dumbbell flies, you want to be here. Cable flies, you get the tension all the way to the midline when the humerus crosses the body, right? That's the benefit of the cable. You get constant tension, constant resistance in the shortened as well as the stretch, right? But now on the rings, you're going to get most of the benefit in the stretch. So we're doing ring isos here, really trying to stabilize the body, amazing for the core engagement. Again, great for shoulder health, shoulder stabilization, and great to finish off the chest with here, guys. So let's get it. So just a nice 10-second iso hold. And there's a lot of studies that show training the muscle at the end of a workout in a loaded stretch just really almost accelerates a hypertrophy response, right? Because we already stretched and shortened with the weighted dips, stretched and shortened with the push-ups, and now we're just stretch loading. And holding that iso ring fly, like I said, it's just a loaded stretch in the deepest range of motion that you can get to. Constant tension, constant stretching, and engagement of the chest fibers there, guys. 2 more sets. All right, guys, second set. Another nice 10-second hold there. 1 more set, 2-3 minute max break in between these flies. Remember, we're not really repping out, so we're not pushing too much blood, we're not causing too much fatigue. We're not really going through that full range, well, it's a full range of motion on the eccentric, right? But the shortening, if we were to constantly eccentric, shorten, that's what really builds up the lactic acid, that's what builds the burn, that's what makes you feel the burn in the muscles. These iso holds, you'll recover from a little faster also. Let's go. All right, guys, 3rd set. And remember, I got the rings pretty low to the floor right now. If you want to make this exercise easier, raise the rings, right? The lower to the floor you put the rings, the harder it's going to be, the closer your chest is going to get to the floor. And again, it's just going to increase the intensity that much more. So work at your levels, guys. Last set, best set here. Now, if you don't have rings, right, you guys can try to do this at home if you have dumbbells. Ideally, you would want round dumbbells, not hexagon dumbbells, but you could do these with dumbbells also, guys. Put the dumbbells on the floor, then you start rolling them out, and then you can lower as deep as you can. You won't be able to draw them back in unless you have the rolling ones, but even so, you can get into that wide fly isometric position even without rings, guys. And you can still reap the benefits of the stability aspect for the shoulders. Think about what a cross looks like, an iron cross on the rings. They're fully locked out like this. All we're doing is we're holding a fly, and our shoulders are still getting that stability benefit of holding our body isometrically in full extension there. So, 3 sets of flies done. That's 3 main pushing movements that are all pretty much chest focused. They're all going to target the shoulders and the triceps as well. But like I said, I'm doing handstand push-ups every day. My Thursday upper body day will be more push focused for shoulder work. We're going to finish off now with some triceps. Let's go. All right, guys, we're going to finish off the routine with some body weight tricep isolation work here. And when I say isolation work, it's just because all we're really going to be doing is elbow extension. There's really no isolating in calisthenics because everything's going to be engaged. Shoulders are going to be active, core is going to be active, and we're going to be doing body weight tricep extensions. I showed you guys how to do them last week off the bench like this, right? So if you don't have rings, you could always hit them in that variation. This is just, again, next level. It's going to make them that much harder. I'm going to film the first clip here, and I don't know how many I'm going to get, but I'm going to accumulate 30 total of this exercise. So, check it, guys. So I got the rings a lot higher than I have for the flies here, right? So they're literally just about, the top of the ring is just about waist level here. So you want to start in this bent arm plank position, and then extend the elbows. Alright, I caught 8 right there. Like I said, I'm going to do 30 total. I'm not going to film all of them. I'm just going to start repping out, stopping until I hit the 30. That's pretty much a wrap for day 2 of the training split, push day, right? Like I said, yesterday was all legs and machine work. Today, pretty much more of a chest-focused push session. But the shoulders, like I said, everything's getting engaged. Triceps are getting stimulated from every exercise as well. And then we're finishing off some tricep isolation work. Try this routine out, guys. Simple, but very effective. We're hitting chest twice a week. We're hitting back twice a week, shoulders twice a week, legs twice a week. That's more than enough frequency for optimal muscle growth. Muscle protein synthesis stays high, stays elevated throughout the week. And it's a 5-day split, right? It gives you more time to train as opposed to 3 full body days. So if you're only training 3 full body days, which I did for many years as well, and I talked about the benefits of doing that, because if you're a busy person, you gotta spend more time in the gym on the 3 full body days. The sessions are gonna be longer. This session took just about an hour, and you got a crazy pump, actually less than an hour. And again, it's not so much central nervous system fatiguing doing these type of routines, right? It's more localized fatigue. Like when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be sore in my chest and my triceps and my shoulders mainly. I won't really feel it in my legs, won't feel it in my back, my core won't be too lit up. Whereas when you're doing full body, very systemically fatiguing. Or even if you're doing a full upper, full lower, upper, lower, it's very fatiguing. That's why on the upper body day, I'm just keeping it to 1 day a week where I'm maxing out or mixing up push, pull all together in one session, right? And then I have Saturday, Sunday to recover from that work. So, to wrap up the routine, guys, hope you guys enjoy it. Try this routine out. Very effective push routine. Gonna help you put some mass on your chest, your upper body, and everything, guys. Like the video, helps you out them out. If you have a question or comment, you know, leave it in the comment section. If you want to see something specific, a specific routine, if you want specific exercises for a specific muscle group, let me know. I'll try to film a video for you guys. Share with your friends and your family. You already know, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one. BARNATURALS.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.